episodes
And I feel
ago.
like we've learned some stuff. We've had 120 pretty incredible guests, and we've learned a lot of things. And so I want to go back to, what are your top 3 rock solid parenting advice? What are your top 3 pieces of parenting?
Sorry, do you not?
I hate you. I hate that. I can see you making this into a cold open, and I hate you for it.
Oh, and this is Gaytriarchs.
David, how are you?
Wildly overwhelmed and barely holding on. How about you?
That was going to be my answer. Listen to my crazy ass day. That is going to be the excuse for you being like, why the hell didn't we record today like we said we were going to? Which is that because I didn't think that we were actually going to record yesterday or today or whatever, we realized that school is just around the corner. And my partner and I were like, okay, we have one day that nobody has anything. So let's just like go make it a day. And so we were in New York City, staying at our apartment that is frankly on the market. Hey, anybody out there want an apartment? And we were sleeping on the floor, blah, blah, blah. I had a quick meeting this morning, so really I was cheating, but I did it. And my partner calls me in the middle of the meeting in a frantic rage. And I'm like, and he calls 3 times, and I'm like, excuse me, Miss Fundraising Consultant, I need to apparently answer this phone call. He calls, our hot water boiler, or whatever it's called, has burst on the 2nd floor of our house in Connecticut. And I need to get in the car now and drive back and truncate this little summer staycation to come home and see that our kitchen ceiling has to be replaced. And Jesus. I am fresh out of the car, driving up through the traffic, being like, this is my vacation is now. So tell me, David, please tell me that house insurance means that if you have a ceiling that needs to be replaced, that automatically translates into the entire house needs to be gutted magically. And so now we will have a new house.
Well, I first want to point out that, like, what a relatable story for everyone to hear about which one of your multiple houses you own is having which issue, and your vacation was ruined by the other house that you owned. So I just it's just fun for our listener to really feel like you're a common man. Really is what you are. But no, in my experience, literally no insurance has ever paid anything for anything. And that is just your cross to bear. Honestly, I've tried to make 2 claims in my life because actual damage happened by actual things. And both times they're like, well, actually, like when we had water from Hurricane Ida, they were like, well, the water has to be coming in through the windows, carried by the rain. Carried by the wind. And I said, wait, what? We don't have flood protection. Oh, you have flood protection. The water has to be specifically put into your house through an open window by the wind.
Wait, but what was the damage you were trying? What was your damage?
Our basement filled with water. Basement filled with water
because of a hurricane. So come on.
Yeah, no, not interested.
Wow.
I'm just really excited to open this episode with like really relatable material about just like everyday things. But yes, it is also it is the beginning of the school year, as you know, and we at Gaytriarchs are always very prepared. We're always ready. We are so ready.
If we are nothing else, we admit that we are hypocrites entirely, but we are not prepared. So we're hypocritically unprepared, right?
And we, last year we had a back to school episode. We had this teacher come on. We were all like our top 3 list was thematically working in. Now we're discussing taking a hiatus. We don't even know what's going on in our lives. So that brings us that long-winded way to get here is basically us saying, hey, we need a break. And we're taking a 2-week break from our favorite listener to just give us a little bit of time. I am moving. We are all of our kids are starting school. It's a little chaotic right now, and the millions of dollars we make on this podcast is not quite enough for me to do it full time. But we
not even millions of pennies. If it were millions of pennies, I wouldn't be worried about replacing my kitchen ceiling now, apparently with the insurance claim that's not going to cover anything that you've just burst my bubble about.
It's never going to, they're never going to pay anything. But so we are not leaving you. We are not going bi-weekly. We know you'll scream at us if we do, but
if we go bi, you are anti-bi, everybody, listener out there.
And so we're going to take a 2-week break and then we'll come back and we'll be bringing you the same trite bullshit we've been doing every week. But we have a great guest on our comeback episode and we're really excited. So thank you all for giving us a little bit of space to breathe. I'm sure you all need it too. Like, aren't you tired of hearing Gavin talk?
You must be so tired of David.
God.
Just the dry wit itself just gets so old.
Just
dried,
just
shriveled,
like my pussy. Just dry.
Like your soul or that.
So an update on the school thing. I think I told you last episode or the episode before that we were moving in across the street from an elementary school. We were all excited. And
yes.
The town was like, that school is full. You're not going. And I was like, oh, you've never met me. Well, I fucking fired off so many goddamn emails.
Yes, you did.
Threatening this, threatening that, giving you gay tears, all kinds of stuff. The next morning, I get an email from the principal that says, we have a space for your son.
All righty.
So that, to be said, be an annoying, loud homosexual and you'll get your way is really the lesson I've learned here.
Do you think 6 people who were on the waiting list in front of you who really needed the help more than you with your 2 homes were kicked off the list? And do you care at all?
No, 0. I have 0. I consider other people in my decision-making. Never. So I had a friend in town and the experience with her and her daughter was really funny because it made me realize something that we talk about sometimes, but I want to bring up on the podcast, which is the idea that you and I have this conversation all the time. We're like, you have a 13-year-old and I have a 3 and 6-year-old and it's, what's harder? And I remember it like this. And I think it's going to be this way when my kids are 13 and how we're all wrong all the time. Well, I had a friend with a 13-year-old daughter stay with us a couple days and she was like, boots on the ground with my 3 and 6-year-old, and I was boots on the ground around her 13-year-old. And guys, I'm here to tell you, it gets worse on the other side. It gets worse. It gets worse. Well, it gets worse. But also, my friend was like, "Oh yeah, I forgot how hard this was." Like too. Your memory of it is we know we talk about this all the time is ruined. Like you cannot remember as a parent the times in the past correctly. But when she was around my kids, it was so fun to watch her. Like within 10 seconds, she was snapping at my kids for like, I've already said like it was so fun to watch. It was so fun to watch because I was like, see, you don't remember it. And also me in my head, I'm like, my kids are not going to be like that when they're 13. Yes, they will. Yes, they will.
They'll be worse. They will be worse.
Nonstop monologue, and they will be worse because my kids are worse. So
your karma, the karma you have created also for your parenting. I mean, just by sheer fact that you have a podcast where you complain about your children, you are fucked, my friend. So fucked.
I love when the podcast is talked about negatively. It's my podcast.
It is.
But when it's a great podcast, it is our podcast.
I mean, don't you and Brian do exactly that about your own children? Like when your son, when Emmett is being perfect, he's yours. But when he's an asshole, he's Brian's, right?
100%. It is the way we do it.
Yeah, and that brings another level in gay parenting when often, in some cases, certain, and I bet frequently with those who have done surrogacy and you have 2 children, basically one is the biological father and the other is not. And so that amps up that rivalry tenfold, doesn't it?
I like saying, what's wrong with your DNA over there?
Yeah, 100%.
That's a fun one.
100%. But I love that you were able to witness that 13-year-olds, teens, and it just gets worse. It all just gets worse.
Because we hear each other complain either on this podcast or with our friends or whatever about your friends' kids. And in your brain, we all do this. We all go, yeah, but I could parent that better. I could do that better, or my kid was never like that. Yes, they were, and no, you can't. Is the answer to that. Okay, totally. Gavin, I know I'm steamrolling this episode, but when I logged in and opened the outline and I saw that the air date hadn't even changed, I knew you hadn't even touched this document. So I'm just going to keep going. So, Gavin, I have
something for you too.
I have a what would you do?
Wait, you do? Because I have one. I guess we're gonna have to wait for this. I have it written out on my notes and everything.
Oh my God, we have competing.
A double. Ready? It's a duet. Ready?
Yes.
It's a
What would you do?
That was good. It was a sus4 harmonic chord.
Sus4. Okay, so I'll go first. So mine is, in the process of moving, we are buying a house that has been, it's been sitting around for a very long time, and it's very kind of dirty. So we're cleaning it. We're doing a bunch of things. Well, I hired a carpet cleaning company to steam clean them, because there's the smell of dead people in it. And the guy showed up and seemingly nice. Him, I think, is his wife or whatever. And steaming the I don't really talk to them much. And then towards the end, I'm talking to the guy a lot, and he's kind of giving me a lot of bro energy. And I'm just like, okay, move it along, partner. Let's just get this done. And he's telling me this stupid story about his friend who cleaned carpets for Whoopi Goldberg. And I'm just like, I don't care. And in his conversation, he's like, yeah. And then my friend was like, hey, I can make it so she's in the other room. Do you want to meet her? And I said, hell no. And next time if I come here, I'm bringing my MAGA hat. And I suddenly realized my carpet cleaning guy is MAGA.
Uh-huh.
Now, for context, they are about 8 minutes away from being done with this job.
Oh.
Gavin, after finding out your carpet guy, who's currently cleaning your carpets, is MAGA.
What would you do?
Okay, he's 8 minutes away. How much have you paid already?
I've paid nothing, but I owe him for this job he's doing.
Yeah. Is there an opportunity to, maybe a Yelp review? I don't know. Has he done a good job?
Yeah, that's the problem.
Listen, okay.
Yeah. That's why it's complicated. Because my first instinct was to throw him out of my house. If I had found that out before he took a step foot in my house, I would have just canceled it right there and been like, I won't allow MAGA people in my house.
You know what? I think this is an opportunity for you to go high. I know that is completely not in your vocabulary whatsoever. There you are, shaking your head. Hell no, Michelle Obama. Hell to the no.
When they go low, we go lower. We go subterranean.
Yes. Yes. You meet bottom with bottom. Yes. I get it entirely.
Just donut bumping for death.
I think this might be, here's my challenge to you. What I would do is he virtue signaled to you. So when you write that check that he has his grubby little hand out. No, listen. His hand out because he did hard work for you. You can find a way to virtue signal back to him and let him know that he just had a human interaction with somebody whose rights are potentially being taken away by what he voted for. You can talk about your immigrant husband. You can talk about
my husband is from Encino, California.
You can talk about he doesn't know that.
Oh, you're right.
Carpet cleaner dude doesn't know that you are not married to a so-called illegal immigrant who has come to do the Lord's work, etc. You can talk about your 2 double trans kids and how they are so much happier.
Wait, doesn't that just equal to a cisgendered?
Sure.
Is it negative plus a negative?
It doesn't even matter. Doesn't even matter. But you can just let him know that you are so appreciative to him for improving your life by taking the dead person smell out of the house where you can all thrive as a family. And I am indebted to you. And thank you. I just hope that the big, beautiful bill doesn't put you out of business so that you can't afford anything for the rest of your life. But
Hillary Clinton is going to love these new carpets.
Yes.
She's coming over later.
But I am 100% serious. You might even be able to say, listen, I haven't had any interaction with anybody with a MAGA hat, but now I see that you don't have horns sticking out of your head. And so thank you for helping improve my life. He did have weird teeth. And no doubt. I think there's a way, you might as well play with it. And he fucking virtue signaled to you so you can slap back 10 times. So please do that and come back and tell us how it went.
Okay, so how did it end? I froze because I was shocked. Because I had seen no signs. I had
symptoms.
I had seen no symptoms of the Trump syndrome. So I was a little in shock. I did have he was going to come next week to clean our couch because my kids have thrown up all over it and shit all over it, and I'm like, why don't we clean it? I did cancel that. But next time I think I will do something like that where I'm like, thank you so much. My immigrant trans Hillary Clinton family is going to love these things. Bye.
But I think that here's where you go, just do it, you got to do something so that he walks away. Listen, we are here to make the world a better place with our podcast, right? It's all very clear. And your charge now is to make the world a better place by letting that guy walk away and be like, that guy wasn't so bad. Then again, MAGA doesn't necessarily mean homophobic. I mean, a lot of MAGA people are just like, don't make me pay taxes and that kind of shit. And so
I
they
think
don't
they're
even
mostly
care.
dumb. So I would agree that they're not all homophobic.
Please,
but I think they're all dumb. They're all very
please
dumb.
report back. But you've got to have not an altercation and interaction with this guy on a political level. Okay,
trust me, I am so ready at all times to make a scene, like a real scene. My poor husband is always like, please don't make a scene. Please don't make a scene. Luckily, this guy caught me at the last 5 minutes of his job, and I was just running the numbers in my head, and I'm like, get him out of here. There's no way you can pull this job from him now. You have to pay him. He did a good job. Like, just be done with it.
Change his life, okay?
Yeah,
change his life.
All right, Gavin, your turn. What would you do for you?
This comes from listener. Actually, listener reached out to me.
Right.
And he has an actual what would you do that he would like to pose.
Love it.
And we live in a very small town, and listener, I don't know if you knew that listener lives in my town. So we'll see who's listening to this and who isn't, okay? My daughter and her friends decided that they wanted to go to the fair on Saturday. Big deal in town. We have the cutest little small town fair of all time with all the fair, hooligans that you can imagine from New England. So they wanted to go to the fair on Saturday morning, come back to our house for just playtime, and then return to the fair at night, after which they would have a sleepover here. So we agree, and 3 friends get dropped off at our house Saturday morning. None of the parents mentioned money. And so we end up buying all 3 kids bracelets. To make it worse, bracelets meaning access to all the rides, right? To make it worse, the fair has a morning bracelet and an evening bracelet, each priced at $35. So in addition to the $140 we spent on our own kids, we spent another $210 on the friends. It wasn't a birthday or anything. The kids made the plan together. Seems like kind of a lot to float, especially since I was essentially babysitting their kids for the day. Now in the text, there's the little music notes, and it says, I believe this is how this one would be interpreted is, what would you do? And more music notes. And by the way, parentheses, we just sucked it up. My guess is the parents gave the kids money, but the kids didn't know they were supposed to buy tickets with it. And yes, you are reading that correctly. I spent $350 plus adult admission to the local end of summer fair. So David, what would you do?
What would you do?
Gavin, you have gotten so bad at singing What Would You Do? It's so bad that just that time was kind of good. It was kind of beautiful, that last one.
I am a fragile old man. Why would you kick me when I'm
one
down?
of those adjectives?
You have lost the plot. You've lost.
I'm sorry.
Lost the plot.
You just took 20 minutes to read 3 sentences because of all the context you had to provide. Okay,
so that was word for word. There was no context. Okay, word for word.
So what would I do? Listener, thank you for reaching out. Second of all, here's the problem. You're not letting your kids fail. First of all, the buying of the first bracelets, I'm slightly disagreeing with that, but you did a nice thing. That's really great. The buying the second bracelets? Absolutely not. Here's what you say. Hey, guys, if you want to go, you buy the bracelets. Call your parents. We all have phones, right? So if these kids accidentally got dropped off without any money, there are phones to call our parents or to receive digital money. So what would I do? I would say, hi, friends. I'm going to buy you all tickets because I think you guys are wonderful and I love my friends and this is what a great little thing. If you want to go later, that's on you. Right? Haven't you ever had like a parent friend be generous to you halfway where they're like, I'm going to buy this, but if you guys want this, that's going to be on you. And it still feels generous, doesn't feel shitty. So what would I do? Yeah, I would make them pay for the second bracelet.
Yeah, I don't think it's too much to be able to just say to the parents, hey, BT dubs, going back tonight, super fun, happy to have covered this morning for $35, but it would be great if you could help out.
No, the kids should do that. What does the parent have anything? The parents should.
I don't know. They're fourth graders.
Say, hey, have fun at the fair. Also,
yeah, they're fourth graders.
What if go to the fair and if you don't have a bracelet, then you don't get to go on the rides, and then you go make out behind the Ferris wheel or whatever.
Yeah,
like you know what I mean? Like, why do we have to make sure that everyone is covered all the time? Like that. Yeah. Like if they're teens, I think they said they were teens in this.
No, they're all fourth graders. These are small kids. These are not
Wait, they're by themselves at a fair?
Welcome to rural Connecticut. Yeah.
Oh,
it's pretty awesome.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
All
they
right.
get to run
if
roughshod.
anybody's looking to abduct children, go to rural Connecticut. They're everywhere. And they don't have money, so you can just grab them.
This is where I would, what would I do? This is where I would probably suck it up and be like, hey, y'all, glad your kids, it was so fun having your kids over last weekend. The fair is just the best. BT dubs, that cost a couple of $100s. Could you just Venmo me, please?
No,
and
that
would let me go to sleep.
No, that's incorrect. You just tell the kids, if you want to get a ticket, you have to ask your parents for money.
This is after the fact, dude. It's all done. It's all done.
Oh, I thought
do you go back after?
Would you buy the second bracelet for the kids?
Oh, no, you're right. I would have preemptively done that. I would have not. I'm with you entirely. I would have said, hey, kiddos, you got a spring for this. Now, after the fact, would you chase that money? I would.
No. I think that's tacky. Well, I think you're tacky.
You just have to suck.
I'm kidding. I don't think you're tacky. I think you're wonderful.
You know what's also tacky?
What?
Our top 3 of the week.
We have 2 other things to talk about. Look at the outline.
Shit. Okay, fine.
You failed. Okay. Well, speaking of failure, I want to talk about parenting because I'm really bad at it. And I know I'm bad at it because my TikTok algorithm is constantly forcing me these, like, here's how to be a better parent videos. Mm-hmm. And there's one that keeps coming up and I kept saying, shut up. I don't want to do that. It's so annoying. And then I did it. And it worked, Gavin.
Oh, it did?
Oh, it worked. And I'm so annoyed because it sounds, I'm going to tell you this hack and you're going to go, duh. But when I tell you that, like, my body cringes thinking of having to do this when my kids are being fucking assholes, I cannot explain it to you. So it's the idea of, like, when your kids are not wanting to do anything, right? I don't want to put on I don't want to eat. I don't want to go to bath. I don't want to go to school. Is that you just make it into an adventurous game. Which I know you've heard, and it sounds so obvious. But
yeah, and it is so patronizing to be told, you know what? If you just made it a little fun.
I know. And in the moment when my kid is screaming and bucking her legs because she won't go to sleep, the idea of me being like, let's go on a magical adventure together. I'm like literally goosebumps right now because I want to punch my hand through a wall. Mm-hmm. But I have been making a conscious effort because bedtimes are trash at our house. It's just, my daughter just really struggles to not go to bed without screaming for 30 minutes. And so I was like, I'm going to make a conscious effort this week of every time I am having to put her to bed, every time I can feel those embers starting to warm, go, hey, let's have an adventure. Let's run in there and let's brush our teeth as fast as we can so the monster doesn't get us or whatever it is.
And it works?
It fucking works. And
so you really do you just need to make it a little fun.
Even when you're feeling the most unfun ever. So make it a game. Just like parenting is a game. Gavin, right. I wrote a little note for you. Do you have a real DILF of the week?
David, you're lucky that I'm even looking you in the eye through this Zoom screen right now. So do I have anything? Did I just write down my top 3 on my piece of paper right now? Yes. So do I have a DILF of the week? Actually, I always do. But it seems like you're finally wanting to contribute your half of this podcast. So please tell us who your DILF
half.
of the week
This has been my podcast episode. Episode 120 has been the David episode. So I have a secret DILF of the week because he's a real person and I don't want him to know about this because I'm embarrassed. But he is my DILF of the week. And that is my contractor. So we are doing some work at our new house, and this contractor is somebody we hired to do our kitchen. But I'm constantly reminded, I don't think about him when he's not in front of me, but when he's in front of me, I'm like, you're uncomfortably attractive. Like my husband and I were talking about his pores. Like he's got these microscopic pores and this glowing skin and these like piercing gray eyes and this like body yaddy yaddy, and he looks you right in the eyes and he's funny, and like I'm leaving my husband for him.
For the contractor
who's straight and married.
Can we share a sus picture of him on social
I'll
media,
share you a private photo of him, but I won't, because I don't want the world to know who he is, and then it gets back to him and he's like, why are you talking about me on your stupid podcast?
He's your special little DILF to yourself.
He's my special little DILF, and he is beautiful. So secret contractor, you're my DILF of the week.
That's cute.
Now, do you want to transition us into the top 3 list?
I took a pause there to think, how can I transition that? That's cute, DILF. You know what isn't cute? Our top 3 list.
Gaytriarchs top 3 list. 3, 2, 1.
Wow.
Okay. So this one was mine, and it was definitely inspired by 2 folks that I know recently who have basically had to like start over their lives, all in positive ways. Not it's like they just got out of prison or anything like that, but which actually would be also a positive change in your life, right? But if you were able to kind of just start completely new chapters in your life. And I realized that in every way, shape, and form, this is basically just how would I live if I didn't have children and had infinite amounts of money, right? Which maybe that's the category is how would you live if you had no children and infinite amounts of money, okay? Mm-hmm. So number 3 for me is I want to go work at Costco. I've been fantasizing about the simplicity and the OCD that would be satisfied constantly by just making sure the sweatshirts are folded and the shelves are stocked. And frankly, I think they have a really good baseline pay, and they have not capitulated entirely to bullshit anti-DEI stuff. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, you know what? I would like to simplify things and just work at Costco. So number 3 for me is that. Number 2 is hashtag van life. I just want to live in a van and drive all up and down the Pacific Coast Highway from Alaska to whatever the Cape of Good Hope is and back up the Atlantic side up to, Newfoundland and just live the van life and not care if it smells because my underwear and my socks are dirty and that kind of thing. Just van life. Mm-hmm. And not unrelated to that. In fact, it's basically the same thing, but we're going to categorize them differently as I want to go live in India and just number 1 for me is just go live in India and like join an ashram and just kind of do yoga and study, I don't know, the Kama Sutra and just like wear flowing robes all the time and be that white dude living in India completely, having culturally appropriating everything about it and but living every moment to the hilt until basically I'm at what's that movie called with all the old people in India, the Royal Moroccan Hotel or something like that, Magnolia's Bakery Hotel, you know what I mean, right? I want to become the old lady. I also just love
how the colonizing spirit still lives deep within you. Do you know what I mean?
I want to go be Judi Dench in...
I think what you mean is you want to wear a flowing muumuu and eat Indian food. I don't think you actually want to move to India. Have you seen the videos of those guys getting on the trains? Those trains are like a blood sport.
Yeah, they totally are. And I think that would be exciting. Talk about living in the moment, right? Yeah. Like, will I get onto this train and alive or not?
Yeah.
And living in that moment, maybe that's what it is. I just want a life where I'm living in the moment. How did you interpret this week, David?
This was a really weird, strange prompt, and I couldn't quite figure it out, but I think I'm saying similar things to you because mine is also like wave a magic wand and your life looks different, but also I don't know, am I still 45? Am I still poor? What is it? Okay, so number 3 for me, crossover. It's kind of like RV van life, maybe cruise life, some sort of like moving home life where it's just me.
That kind of cruise life.
Yeah, like an RV. RV life with cruising in it. Cruising at the truck stops, cruising at the bathrooms, all that kind of stuff. Number 2, I actually mean this. It sounds like a joke, but it's not. I would be a crab fisherman in Alaska. The idea of getting on that boat and your job is just to pull this basket, put it there, put this basket, sit in your bunk and sway to like. There's something so attractive about. By the way, I would last 8 minutes on that boat, but
then you would die. So you would die happy, totally. Hopefully.
But I want to be in those like shitty bars on the mainland, drinking like warm domestic beer and telling stories.
You would be like such a hot item. You know,
oh my god, I would be a 10. I'm a 10 in Nome, Alaska. I'm a 10.
You would be.
In
absolutely
New York City,
intend. You would be the fresh meat.
Yeah,
you would be the fresh meat, and all of those repressed crab trapper men
Mm-hmm.
would be all up and down your
Oh,
shit.
yes. Love it. And number one, this is obvious. I would move to Scotland and direct terrible regional productions of Legally Blonde for the rest of my life.
That's... No notes.
No
Leave
notes.
it at that.
Okay, so coming back in 2 weeks from now, I wanted to actually revisit a top 3 list. Now, we try to do new top 3 lists every week, but
which is a struggle, not just for me,
so
BT
hard.
dubs.
It is so hard. And also, like, what is the top 3 list? Is it supposed to be ranking things or supposed to be personal? Anyway, but I want to go back to a thing because I feel like we've gotten a lot of new listeners since we started 120 episodes ago. What are your top 3 pieces of parenting advice?
You know what my something great is this week is you, me, here, now. Because even though this episode was going to be a complete, like, just, we're not doing anything. I thought it was going to be 2.5 seconds of us just basically making excuses for ourselves. Boy, did you pull out a bunch of stories about you. And I appreciate that. 120 episodes in, even though this completely overwhelms me every single week, I always get off happier. So thank you, David, for letting me get off happier. That's my something great.
I love that, like, housed inside your something great was a couple of digs at me. And I appreciate that. I feel like it was a nice little turducken.
All you do.
Right?
Yeah, it was a turducken of David compliments and insults. Yes.
So my something great this week is we were at the new house cleaning and doing a bunch of stuff. And I think I told you before in the beginning of the episode, my new school is directly across the street from us. Mm-hmm. And so I'm inside and I'm cleaning and the doorbell rings. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, what's going on?
Who rings the doorbell? Who does that? Is it Halloween?
Yeah. And there's this woman at the front door. I don't recognize her. I don't know who she is. So I opened the door and I was like, hi, can I help you? Right? With that, like, gay attitude. Like, can I help you? And she's like, hi, I'm the principal at the school. The one who got me in to the school. And I was like,
we love her.
Come on in. And she came in the house and she was like, great energy. And she's like, I'm walking and I'm trying to get fit and I can't wait to meet you and blah, blah, blah. And she was just like, I was like, this bitch just popped in my house because she knew where we were. And so that was, we were saying to my husband, what a great tone to be set in a new neighborhood where we don't know anybody. We don't know the energy of the neighborhood. We don't know what the school is going to be like. She was like, I got you. I'm cool. I'm here. Everything is great. And so what a great way to kind of get excited about our new house than having the principal just fucking knock on your door and be given
that is
gay
great.
Attitude.
That is great leadership.
Amazing.
On her part. Like 2 snaps to that principal for sure.
And 2 snaps to us because that is our show. If you have any comments, suggestions, or general compliments, you can email us at GaytriarchsPodcast@gmail.com.
Or you can DM us on Instagram. We are at GaytriarchsPodcast. On the internet, David is at David FM Vaughn everywhere, and Gavin is at Gavin Lodge on Contractors Everywhere.
Please leave us a glowing 5-star review wherever you get your podcasts.
Thanks, and we'll put you on hiatus next time on another episode of Gaytriarchs.